And we are live here with episode number 34 of the Minor League Geeks podcast. I am your host, Brant Ramlin with Ranch, and with me this week are my fellow co-hosts, starting with Mr. Brent C. Turner.
Hey, coming to you in stereo, high-definition microphones.
There you go. His audio makes up
Nice.
for his video, which is a little rough this week, Brent. I know that internet only came to Australia recently, though, so you are pardoned.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We've got the no, we don't have hamsters here, but it's all wombats and koalas and such.
There we go. Hey,
They're
whatever.
not- they're not.
You guys, yeah, exactly. Oh, no, your lower third's up now too. Next to him in the virtual space is Mr. Connor, property of Zach.
Hello, broadcasting you live from stop motion video.
There you go. He's trying a whole new video technique, folks. You'll see it in your Vampire Weekend music videos. And sitting next to him is Mr. Justin Doss.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting from heaven, it looks like.
I've
I've ascended to a higher level.
He finally got that job at Naughty Dog, folks. This is what it looks like within Naughty Dog's offices.
Really heaven.
It's excellent.
Clean. It's white walls.
That's true. That's what happens in the Last of Us sequel. That's
There you
that's
go.
how it looks. So folks,
You're playing
in the video,
knifing angels.
of course, that's what it is.
All right.
Makes sense. So we're in an interesting. If you're a geek like us, minor league geeks, we're in an interesting position today. This would be Friday, the 5th of June. 6th? It's the 6th. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. Because on Monday was Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, and the next Monday is the beginning of E3. So it's been kind of a smorgasbord. Now we're not going to talk about WWDC, but we are going to be talking about our E3 predictions as Brent is doing the E3, which is everybody's favorite old school IGN Game Scoop meme. Their E3 Game Scoops were legendary. They were some of my favorites.
Yeah, that's funny.
So the way that we're going to do this is kind of a little round robin style. There are the three big companies are doing press conferences or a digital event if you're Nintendo. So we are going to come up with a prediction for Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, and then we're gonna start with one company. We're going to go through the all four of our predictions for that company, then the next company, then the next company, and then we leave you. And then I don't know what you're going to do until E3. Cry, listen to this episode enough times to get you through the next few days. Party on the weekend. I have no idea.
Let's be honest. 90% of the people listening is going to beat off right afterwards.
It's probably.
Yeah, maybe. Let's hope not.
I mean, statistically, it's probably going to happen sometime. So why not right after hearing four guys talk about video games?
There you go.
Seems like it makes sense.
Whatever. sounds like we don't judge. Listen to us for whatever reason you want to listen to us. I don't care. Never thought about it, but now I will. And I guess it's apropos with that dirty talk to segue into the company that is the most whitewashed, which is of course Nintendo, who try to keep people with thoughts like Brent's out of their online services.
Oh, that's right.
There you go. So Brent, you can't just see. This is why we can't have things like voice chat, because you would be like, I bet after this Mario Kart match, half of us are gonna beat off, and then they're children. Brent.
And then you get that weird-looking, angry Luigi driving by. He drives by, making that weird face.
He's just staring at you. I know what you're doing after this show.
I know what
That's
you
right.
do.
See what you're doing.
I know what you did last summer. Was a movie
Luigi's
from
is all.
2000, I think,
2001, I feel.
or is it 2001? Yeah. Maybe.
No, it's got to be earlier than that.
I mean, is it 1999? All right. Before we get into our predictions, I'm gonna see when that movie came out.
Why are we talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt?
She's
I
in
don't
that
think
movie?
well,
I've never seen that.
Speaking of beating off, I don't know. 1997. Fuck.
I was way off.
Sweet
I thought
Jesus.
99.
I knew it was around. I knew it was like pre 9/11, but I didn't know.
I remember being off of Jennifer Love Hewitt back then, but I knew it wasn't in 2000.
I did not even know what that was when I was that young.
Yeah, of course I was 6 at that point.
Yeah,
We are
60,
really
yeah.
vulgar. We are way too vulgar for E3 predictions.
Yeah, we really should. We should really
Get
get
us
off.
out of here,
Fucking-
Brent.
Come on, Brent. All right, steering us out of this crazy episode so far. So we're gonna go start with our Nintendo predictions. My prediction is that to entice people to transition from the Wii to the Wii U, Nintendo is going to follow in the steps of Sony, and I think Microsoft has done this too, but more Sony, and start doing HD collections of some of their games, like a Super Mario Galaxy HD collection. Right now I'm playing through the Wind Waker HD, and I could not be having more fun playing through that game. I haven't played it since I went through it once about a decade ago. And if they announced, I mean, if they went so far as to do a GameCube / Wii collection, so you could have something, you could have a circumstance like Super Mario Sunshine and the Galaxy games together, or both of the Wii Zeldas, and I guess they've already done Wind Waker, but both the Wii Zeldas, Metroid Prime Trilogy HD collection, anything like that. I obviously I want Nintendo to come out with new IP, etc. But I think that those, you play to your audience a little bit, and then once you have a larger installed base, it's an easier sell to third parties to put software out on your console.
Yeah, that seems like a smart move, actually, because I think the Galaxy games are really great from what I've heard. And Sunshine, yeah, that's a great one. I think that could be converted to HD. Now, would you want HD versions of Super Mario 1, 2, and 3? Aren't those already on the Virtual Console?
Yeah. I don't really see too much of a reason to hash out that stuff. But I was thinking as I was playing Wind Waker HD that the GameCube generation was a really kind of creative and weird time for Nintendo. They would just do some weird, wacky stuff. And it would be interesting to see those games, which were beautiful and pushing the hardware at that point, be HD-ified.
Actually, you make a great point. Wasn't it this? I think it was this week. They announced that there is a port or device that goes with the GameCube controller.
Yes.
So you can play Smash Bros.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's cool because I didn't grow up with that controller, and I think that controller is
GameCube controller for Smash Brothers. It's the only way to play.
So I keep hearing, and I keep rolling my eyes at that. But I think you make a great point, Brand. I think that by doing that, maybe they realize, okay, we can release a lot of GameCube games that people might miss. Because I know I miss Sunshine.
Right.
That was one of those games I never played.
Lollipops and rainbows.
What?
Get the fuck out, Brent.
That song.
I know, Brent. Connor, you've been silent this entire time. What do you think?
Okay, I have two. First one, going off of your Mario stuff, they will announce a new series for Mario, like a Galaxy or a Sunshine, like the Wii U equivalent of that. And then they will also spend a majority of their press conference talking about some useless shit that no one cares about, like a Wii Music. Something like that.
Oh no, they're gonna avoid the Wii Music, dude. They got taken to task.
I mean, it's not. It's gonna be something that useless that they're like, check it out. It's the new hotness.
I think they kind of did that with the Wii U when it's not turning out well.
Yeah.
And they're gonna keep doing it.
Come out in a costume, and he's gonna be like, oh, hey, check this shit out.
But they have to push the new IP.
Yeah.
I'm with Connor. Like, maybe they will push out something new, and we'll roll our eyes and say, "Oh, that's probably garbage." But I mean, I have to believe that Nintendo could pull off a great new IP from somebody, and somebody will say, "Oh my gosh, that's a really cool game," or "That's a really cool idea. Why aren't we making?" Because Nintendo's great innovators. They innovate on great games. So, a new IP that maybe it might not be geared towards the older audience, but I think it could grab a lot of more casuals or younger customers. Why not?
Did you almost say employees, by the way?
I almost did.
I wish that buying. Yeah, if I bought a game, became a Nintendo employee, I'd be like, all right. First of all, I love the health and dental benefits. Second of all, let's turn this ship around.
Yeah, exactly. Because I like to be fed and be employed.
That's true. Listen, everybody enjoys health and dental. Nobody says no. I refuse your health and dental coverage.
Yeah.
I like to live dangerously.
Yeah.
I don't need my teeth. I do meth.
All right, I'm ready for my prediction.
They're gonna go anyway.
Okay. Yeah. What's yours?
All right. So I think. I mean, we all know that the Zelda Hyrule game will probably show up.
Yeah.
Was it Team Ninja? I think that we will actually get we'll get a glimpse of actually the first Zelda game, and I think this will be the year that they will announce that Link is going to be voiced.
Ooh,
That is what I
man,
think.
bold.
I predict that Nintendo will take that leap and give Link a voice because, I mean, I'm one of those people. I would like my characters to speak. I'm not a big fan of the silent protagonist anymore.
Do you think Nintendo will take that leap, or Team Ninja will?
No, I think that Nintendo will. I don't think Team
Ninja will push for it. I don't think they'll be allowed, but I think they'll ask for it because, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much all of their games from the last generation have been voiced.
Because they did Other M, right?
Yeah, Other M was okay, like a misstep, right? And they did
fine.
It was fine.
I think they stubbed their toe.
But I think because of Other M, Nintendo's not going to let Team Ninja put a voice to Link. I think Nintendo will be the one who puts the voice to Link. Whoever is the director of that game.
Yeah.
My question is, how can they make that? How can they make that leap if Link can't jump? And from there we go to Brent Turner for his prediction.
Oh my god, that'd be great. My prediction is that it's kind of halfway between both. Actually, I don't know.
Is it not a girl but not yet a woman? Of a prediction.
Sure. It's so with this upcoming thing they're doing with Zelda, and my prediction is that they're going to release more of these series that are done by other companies, by developers they own or license it out to, where they'll put a different spin on it. And that's what I'd enjoy seeing. That, like, everyone loves Smash Brothers, but that is still like a Nintendo thing, that they have all of their characters and that's all like all under their control. Like, everything's under their control. But I'd like something more along the lines of, like, they license out a character, not obviously one of their bigger characters, something that is slightly smaller to start off with. That they would do it differently, like, oh, this is here you go, a Metroid game that is like Splinter Cell or something, where she is, I don't know, sneaks into facilities and, bounty hunts people.
That's a great verb, to bounty hunt.
I bounty hunt.
I bounty hunt all the time.
That's true. That would be cool. I'm thinking about Capcom did Zelda the Minish Cap for Game Boy Advance.
It was good.
Super Mario RPG, of course, on the SNES.
Right, yeah.
With Square. I'm trying to think of collaborations. I mean, they did kind of license out Metroid when Retro, who was like a first, it's a first party, took Metroid into 3D from 2D. After a generation where she did not appear anywhere, or it did not appear anywhere, Samus did not appear anywhere, except for
Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, my go-to character back in the day.
No, it's all about
Kirby. When I thought of you saying them licensing out characters, how would you guys feel about a GTA starring Kirby?
Yep.
Oh my god. Where he sucks in.
Sold?
Does he get the?
Are you on drugs?
Is that how we get the?
Yeah,
he Kirby fits into everything. Because he absorbs powers, he just sucks in a character and he becomes them, but like cuter and wearing. It looks like he wears their skin sometimes, which is kind of creepy.
I think they really need to reinvent Kirby.
Oh,
yeah, Kirby would be cool.
He didn't really mess with Kirby much. Well, there's Epic Yarn.
Epic Yarn, but then there was that one for the.
Oh my god, in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think you should ever have Epic in the title of your game.
No, probably not.
I don't know. That was an epic amount of yarn.
Yeah, it was. They didn't under-deliver with the yarn.
No. Beautiful graphics.
I like that design. That whole thing, like, because they didn't use Kirby. That was the kind of thing where I think most people, where everyone's pretty much right, where Nintendo does innovate, but they do it safely. Like, they do a lot of different stuff with Mario, but because it's with Mario, they're like, people will buy this and we can see how people are talking about this new mechanic that we've decided to use. Which is what I think they did with Kirby, because he usually, just eats people, which is terrifying, and then poops them out into a star and takes their power. Jesus. Sorry.
All right, so there we go. There's Nintendo. If they do this, they'll be successful.
Yes.
The Wii U will be saved if they take all our predictions come true.
Yeah.
You guys ready to go on to
Especially
Microsoft?
mine about wasting all their time at the press conference.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to go with our Microsoft predictions. This will be, I guess, a complete 180 from the last couple of press. Yeah, from the press conferences. I'm going to say, this is going to be a really crazy one. They don't mention the word Connect once.
What?
That was almost mine.
They straight up don't mention the Connect at all. I mean, they don't utter the word the entire 90 minutes that the entire press conference is going on. They don't say Connect. They completely distance themselves from that.
I don't think you can do that because, so to latch onto this is my prediction, but I think that they will still support Connect, and I still think that they will announce the price of the Connect separately.
That's what I was about to say.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn I saw earlier today, or maybe earlier this week, that the Connect will now be able to connect with PCs.
Yeah, they do have PC drivers. Yeah, but I think there's like full driver support.
Oh, okay.
Full driver support. So I think okay. So yeah, I think they'll talk Connect. I don't know if they can. I don't think it'd be a terrible move if they don't mention the Connect. I really do.
We'll see.
Even if it's for those casuals and people don't care for it, I think you still have to support it because there's quite a few out there.
Oh my god, if you don't like your Connect and you have one, trade it in quick because the value of those things is going to fall.
So hey, can I ask that question? Because the Connect is being disconnected and people
pun.
Pun alert. Whoa.
I'm gonna let Brent keep going with that sound.
Brent, you are drunk at like 9 a.m. local time.
Yeah. No, I want to ask you guys, and I'm not sure if this is correct, because they've disconnected it.
Right.
Can people actually take their Connect and trade it in?
Because it will be eventually. Yeah, it will eventually be sold as an accessory. So at that point, yeah, you definitely could.
So EB would probably say, "Hey, give us your Connect," and then they'll sell it for a fraction of the cost because they'll make money off that probably,
right.
And you get quite a bit of credit. So I'm surprised people haven't done that yet.
I don't know if they can until it goes out on sale.
Yeah, because they probably don't know what to price.
They don't have they also don't have like the SKU number or whatever.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do that.
Because maybe
definitely.
Is the Connect for the Xbox One? Is it specifically? Is it what's the word? Proprietary? Like, will it? Is it just a USB or will it fit into?
No, it's a proprietary.
You can get a USB adapter for them though.
Yes, that's what I was going to say, because they've added the drivers to the PC.
Yeah, because you can hook it into a PC, which I've done.
Keep in mind, though, that the Connectless Xbox One launches in the US. I think it launched today, or it launches actually on the press conference day. Yeah, so, I mean, that's a mic to drop.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right,
will it be, though?
Okay. So, my prediction is, as opposed to last year when they were like, TV, it's going to be all games, except they're going to have one, like, dumb social feature that they're going to try and sell everyone on. That's my prediction.
Okay. Which, it's out of the realm of
So it's going to be all about the games this year for Microsoft.
Yes, and then there'll just be, like, one weird thing where they're like, remember all this TV stuff? We're going to keep doing that.
I would not be surprised.
They're just going to mention it on the side.
But, yeah, majority focus on the games.
Yeah, where they'll just be like games, and also we do TV stuff as well. We can do that Snap function.
But I don't know if you can
just
even
be like, remember Snap? Do that.
Yeah, but that's kind of a pain in the ass without the Connect.
That's true.
To be to do the voice commands, they cut themselves off at the knees.
Well, maybe
ideologically.
That's what they'll do. Is they'll be like, everyone, we're announcing the Connect. Here's the hit new feature for it.
It'll be hard for them to do that when they're not going to mention Connect.
Agree to disagree.
You're really, really hard for them to do it if they're not going to say it. All right, Brent. Give me the greatest Australian prediction any Australian has ever predicted.
It doesn't really. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Microsoft is going to do something, interesting and kind of neat, but it's not going to fucking matter to Australians because they don't fucking understand us. And I don't know if you. I don't know if you guys if you guys know what have happened in the last couple of times when Microsoft have released shit. So I don't know if you guys know this, but we don't have Netflix here just because Netflix hasn't made its way over yet.
Right.
Or like HBO or
It's
Hulu.
real far.
Yeah.
It's
Swimming. HBO. HBO. All of those have been, and Hulu. Hello. And they just don't give a shit. So last E3's press conference, when they were talking about the Xbox One, like TV, sports. First of all, it's all American sports, which I'm not adverse to. I enjoy some of the basketballs and the hockey.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think they mentioned hockey once in that press conference.
They've never.
I know, but when they were talking about sports, those
The
are the ones
luge. Another fun
luge.
sport.
The curling.
Das luge. Of course, the
man.
curling.
I watch curling every time, and I'm just like, this is fascinating. Anyway, and back before that, when they announced the Kinect and the whole voice command stuff, now you can understand us. We can understand each other, kind of, with a little bit of difficulty because I'm Australian and all of you guys are.
The only difficulty is when you
saying a H.
No, but it's usually when you whip out a term or an animal that we're not familiar with.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys aren't talking to some of my dad's friends. I should get one of them on because it's really goddamn hilarious.
No, thank
because they spit out phrases and stuff that are just like, I don't know. Even I don't know what that means.
Okay,
sometimes.
I heard an Australian phrase that I want.
To verify?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hooly-dooly.
Hooly Dooly.
Yeah.
No, Hooly Dooly. They're like a children's entertaining band. They're like a shitty version of the Wiggles.
Okay.
Aren't the Wiggles
But
Australian?
Yeah, the Wiggles are Australian.
I have
Shit.
one more at the same time because the person said it all at once. It was hooly-dooly, tickle me grandmother.
Oh, okay.
And everyone was like, and no one could decide if that was an Australian thing or if his friends bet him to say it.
It could be. So Hooly Dooly is an Australian knockoff of another Australian children's entertaining group, but it's also just like holy shit. It's just like a polite way of saying it.
Because that's
Wow.
what he was using it in
Well,
context.
yeah, or like tickle me grandmother is just like it is. Like I'm sure I've heard that somewhere before. But
That's
with that,
absurd.
back to the let me run back to the Kinect. So when they were doing that voice stuff, with an American accent, like you guys have, and a Canadian accent, which is not as different as most people think. Most people in Australia seem to think it is. People in Australia think Canadians talk like the South Park characters. I'm like, no, that's idiotic.
You're just like, I know a Canadian. I can bring him for show and tell.
Yeah, and so although it didn't work perfectly, the Kinect would respond to American voice commands. It did not work at all. If you're an Australian and you tried to talk to your Kinect, it wouldn't do anything because it couldn't seem to. They didn't upload the dialect of Australia into it.
Quick question, because that does suck. So your prediction is that once again Microsoft will fuck over the Australians.
Well, not just the Australians, but everyone that's not America.
Right.
Which is their
Well,
prerogative.
as
They're
it
an
should
American
be.
company.
Which they have
It
done.
should be. Yeah, they really have been America-centric. Does Siri work well in Australia?
Yeah, there's an Australian
It does.
Siri. Sometimes I send my Siri to Australia.
No, it's the same. It's just
No,
it
there's
works
one with an
exactly the
accent.
same. Siri works. Is there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there an Australian Siri?
Yes. I think it's a girl.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Looking for Australian restaurants.
That's not what I said.
I found 15 Australian restaurants. 9 of them are fairly close to you.
See,
That sounds
speaking
Australian, by the way.
Does that sound Australian?
Yes.
That's not the regular
Really?
Siri.
Yes.
If Siri can't understand you, the Kinect will not understand you.
Are you Australian?
No
Answer me, Siri.
comment.
That
That's
is
Australian.
as Australian as you can get. Do you want me to get my phone and tell you what
Yeah,
it sounds
sure.
like? All right, give me a second. All right, 1 second. This is way
Siri,
more
are
important
you
than E3.
American?
Okay.
We were talking about you, not me.
Oh Jesus.
That's
shit.
American as fuck. I also,
That's
I'm surprised it
from
did that.
California.
So,
I have my Siri set to a British man.
ask Siri to talk Australian to you.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Okay.
No, I just did it, Brant. It worked.
Okay.
It works. It sounds so. Siri. There you go.
Let me check that. Here's what I found on the web.
Apparently,
Oh,
Siri
yeah,
attempts to
really?
rickroll. Okay, that's bizarre.
All right.
I didn't know that. So, yeah, apparently because Apple is a much more
Global
widely
company?
loved, a much more global company. They sell a lot more. They've reached out a lot more than the Microsofts and the Sonys.
So,
All right.
Really bizarre. Microsoft should focus more. I think in
Hold on,
I don't
one
really
more,
need to. There's
one more.
22 million of us. Yeah, okay, go.
Siri, are you British?
We were talking about you, not me.
Did it change its voice on the fly?
I know. I changed it in settings.
I did not know you could do that.
This is
That's cool.
fascinating.
When my dad got
No, you're
when
great.
my dad and his girlfriend and his partner finally got their iPhones, that's what we did. That's what I showed them this, and they did it for about 15 minutes, just asking it questions.
all right. So let's move on to my topic. But I do want to point on something on Brent's topic. Was it? I think this week they announced like 150 apps, and I don't. I'm sorry. I'm probably screwing that up. How many apps they announced? I think that is one of the problems that Microsoft has is they are a little bit more centric to the U.S. and I don't know if that's their fault. I think a lot of these other app partners that they have to work with them, and they have to try and. There's a lot of barriers for trying to get stuff into Canada. I know this, so I'm sure they're trying, but I don't think there's a resolution. They have to try and either make partners with Canadian companies or Australian companies to get these similar apps to other people. Like similar as Netflix, right? Canadian Netflix is here in Canada, but it's not as great as the U.S. in terms of selection.
It's pretty bare bones from what I saw when I was over there.
Yeah. So it's time for my prediction.
Right.
All right, here we go. We're hearing a lot of rumors, and I think they're going to finally announce it. We will get the Halo collection. Halo 1, 2, 3, and probably.
What about Reach?
Reach
What about
and
ODST?
What about ODST?
all of them. We're getting
What about
all the Halos you want.
Holy shit, Justin, why aren't you working at Microsoft? That would be amazing if you just put out a video, you're just like, fuck it, all the Halos.
You
And I'll
want a
tell you
Halo?
why.
You got a Halo.
You know why you're going to pick it up? Because it will give you.
get a Halo. You get a Halo.
You will pick it up because it will come with early access beta for Halo 5.
Ooh.
That's why you will pick up
Mic
this
drop,
collection.
leave the stage.
Yeah. First of all, it's apropos that the guy from Heaven is talking to me about Halos,
Yeah, there you go.
which is, I think he's got some insider information there.
So, I think this
Beyonce song?
would be a smart move for Microsoft, assuming they can get everything converted up to 1080p or whatever, or
I'm sure they can.
upgrade
They
it.
did the Halo anniversary already.
If you throw enough money at something, it's certainly going to happen.
Yeah, and I think including a beta code for when Halo 5 is about to be released next year, probably the smartest move for them.
Or do you think they'll do another Crackdown and put it in some Microsoft first-party game that nobody else would buy?
I don't think they're going to do Crackdown.
I don't even. The thing
Well,
is,
no, not Crackdown, but a Crackdown-esque game that half the people who bought that put in the beta code and never played Crackdown.
well, first of all, they don't have enough software to do that. There's not a lot of Xbox One games out. And the second thing is that they already did this crazy like do or die Titanfall bundle, make it even before the price drop. They like drop the price with the Kinect plus Titanfall to like PS4 levels, yada yada yada. I think they've done all of those tactics.
Yeah.
So if they're going to do this, then they'll pack in a game that will sell units, and then on top of the units that it would sell, and so it would have a great sell-through rate, a great attach rate to people who bought the console, because people would want the Halos, and then it might sell more units on its own just because it's a whole bunch of Halo and there's something else to play, another incentive, and then adding the extra incentive of beta access to the next Halo game. It makes sense. If you're gonna do the whole tasty carrot approach, you might as well bring out the tastiest one you can find.
There you go. All right, on to Sony.
Yes.
All right.
So I'll start. I'm going to start off with mine because I think this is the worst one.
All right.
I think Sony will announce a bundle, and it will be the PS4 with the Vita for $500.
I think it's too late for
Has that
that.
already been announced?
You think it's too late?
That been kind of
No,
half
it
I
hasn't.
think they should have already done that by now.
Well, so the Vita Slim just came out.
That's
the Vita
true.
Slim, so
I guess it depends on PlayStation Now stuff. If they push that, I could see them bundling it together to be like, oh, you can bring your games everywhere.
What if it's if they have color variants of the PS4? So there's like a lime green PS4 and like a lime green Vita.
I would sell my PS4 and buy a new one.
For-
If I could get like a hot
red.
pink or a lime green, yeah.
I'm gonna ask Shuhei Yoshida.
Australian dirt red.
You could have Suppy on it. It printed on it.
In fact, yeah.
on it.
Could I get it like they laser engraved the ones at the event? Can I get mine laser engraved with Suppy?
You probably, if you have enough money, you can solve any problem.
No, for free.
Drop mic.
All the money in the world didn't help Steve Jobs in his fucking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he also didn't get surgery right away, so.
Yeah, he kind of waited.
He was also kind of a dick.
That really didn't hurt. I mean, it may have helped if you read the biography. May have helped more than hurt. That would be cool. I'd love a Vita. I tweeted right before the Sony press conference last year at Game Over Greggy, our friend of the podcast, friend to the universe. Do you think there will be a Vita bundle with the PS4 rather? Because he was soliciting predictions. He gave me a one-word answer: no.
Yeah.
So last year it wasn't going to happen, but this year, I don't know. If you're going to push Vita and if there's more connectivity, yeah, sure. I don't see why they wouldn't.
I think they're going to drop it.
You think they're dropping the Vita?
I don't know. I think so.
Crazy.
They just released the fucking Slim. There's no way you this is not a Saturn or like a 32X or something.
Well, not completely drop it, but just kind of not
talk about it.
Yeah, not draw attention to it. Just keep putting out the cool indie games and just let it do its thing, which kind of sucks because I really like it.
I love the Vita.
Yeah. I just got the Surge Deluxe and the Dragon's Crowns. Downloaded that, and something was it Lone Survivor was the other one for PlayStation Plus.
It's a good game.
Excited. Dragon's Crown, that's good. I'm playing as a dwarf. He's smashing shit with his hammers. He knows himself.
I'm wizards be wizarding in my game.
I'm pretty sure Brent is drunk.
Yeah, Brent, are you? What was in that muffin?
Dude, what is wrong with you?
More than Blu-rays?
Well, I'm afraid if I talk too loud, I'm gonna bust the fucking microphone. Let me turn it down.
Or are you hungover from last night?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Australians don't get hungover.
All right, my prediction: PlayStation. They talk about PlayStation Now. PlayStation Plus members get 1 month free. They announced the date, and they say all PS Plus members 1 month free.
How much for regular people?
This is a good one.
Per month.
$500. No, I think there'll be tiers starting at $15 a month.
But doesn't that contradict how it's already set up? Isn't it priced per game?
I think you can have price per game, but I think there's an overall service.
Yeah, there is.
You're
renting it out, and then you can, like Brent said, like.
Because I'll get the service one.
Yeah, do it for here's a month worth of PlayStation Now, and you can just use it all.
You can just let it shower all over your body.
Anyone actually here in the beta?
No.
No, one of the guys at TAFE is. He got the email during class.
He just got up and left.
Fuck it, I got PlayStation Now.
See ya. Yeah, okay, that's not a bad idea. I think they have to talk about Now again. They have to bring it back. Whether it's still in progress or hey, just keep it in the mind's eye, right?
Mm-hmm. Keep it in your mind's eye.
Great song. Wolf Mother. Never forget. That's not the song at all I was talking about. You guys have never heard of Wolf Mother? You know Wolf Mother?
No, I have.
I've heard of Wolf Mother. Yeah, actually I have.
They're in Guitar.
They're an Australian band.
I'm still
I like them. They kind of fucking disappeared, and I don't know why.
Now you look, Brent. The way that the light is hitting you, it looks like you're in one of those like police documentaries where you don't want to be seen. You're like the witness that doesn't want their identity to be shown.
I'm one of the mafia guys I'm helping the police.
Good lord.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like yeah. I knew Fat Tony was dealing in.
Fun.
All right, let's round this out.
Okay.
Children drugs is what he was doing.
I got one. So, PlayStation Morpheus.
Yes.
Gonna announce price and release date.
What? Okay. You're crazy.
They have to. Because they announced Drive Club support for it, and that game comes out in October.
Oh.
When is TGS?
August.
I
I
vote
don't
for
think
that.
they're ready. I really don't
They
think they're ready.
haven't. But unless they put it out, I could see them putting out Drive Club and then later being like, oh, it has Morpheus support. But it seems weird because they came out and said that game would have it. And I just looked
But
it up.
they
And
didn't
that game
build-
comes out in October.
I bet
but
it doesn't come out until the end of the year or till next year.
I want
Yeah, well,
it
Drive
so
Club
bad.
wasn't announced until Drive Club was announced well before Morpheus,
Well, it
right?
wasn't
It was announced last
It was
year.
announced
when
last
they-
year, and it was supposed to come out in November, and then they pushed it until October.
I think people are just still
Yeah.
skeptical on VR, so that's why I think it's just not going to be coming out anytime soon.
Maybe. When do you guys think
Yeah.
Oculus Rift is coming out?
Next year sometime.
I
I
heard
think-
that was this year too.
I think
I'm thinking
Late,
like
late
next
this
year.
year.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes
I don't know.
sense.
I want all of them. Just give them to me.
My God, I don't need any of them. Keep them as long as you want.
My girlfriend got to use an Oculus Rift in class. Somebody made a game on it, and she said it was awesome.
Of course it was.
you have to find the sweet spot,
Yeah.
especially with people who wear glasses, such as myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my problem with
Clearly, I
it.
don't need my
The
glasses
letters.
enough to see things right in front of me, so that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, when it works, it works.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
Somebody did a mod for.
I think you can actually.
Somebody did a mod
I think
for.
you can adjust it
Ocarina
to
of
how
Time.
you want it.
Fucking lag.
good
Sweet
lord, I hate this
Christ.
lag.
You guys just all have to go to San Francisco.
Australia and back.
Everybody, when you guys are here for Beyond 400, we're gonna record 52 episodes. So bring 50 changes of clothing.
I think that's
No.
all of them are
We'll,
gonna
we'll,
be
we'll,
there.
we'll figure out a way to do it once a year, to get together once a year, and then we'll record all the episodes right then. We'll be really wrong by the end of them. We'll be like, I wonder what Nintendo's gonna do, and halfway through, Nintendo's gonna go out of business or something. We're just gonna look like stooges, but at least there'll be no lag.
Yeah, this is killing me. All right,
God,
Brent, what were you going to say? Go
I
ahead,
was just
Brent.
gonna
My
say
ones,
some-
my
Wait, did you say Brent or
My
Brant?
prediction
Oh my
is-
I
God!
said Brent! I said Brent!
Brent.
Brent, you're
Okay.
so lagging. I'm
Okay.
letting Brent go.
All I wanted to say
Okay,
is that
fair
they had a fucking Ocarina of Time Oculus demo, and if they did the whole game like that, I'd buy it because I was stooge for that game.
Right.
Hey,
Now,
Brent, what's your fucking prediction?
go, Brent, go. Done.
Christ.
I hate you, Brent.
You stupid Australian.
Fuck, man. Get yourself an Ethernet cable and fucking stick it somewhere.
Even your lab is
So,
going too long.
my
Lagging.
prediction is so Sony's having a bit of trouble. Everything's getting pushed back. All of their other announcements for games and the Drive Club and these other games like Witcher, even ones that are third party that are coming to both, are being pushed back into either early next year or midway through next year, which are in terms going to end up pushing other games back. I think Sony's going to announce, as they already kind of have, they're going to reveal and show some new IPs and flesh out some of the ones that they've already kind of half announced. Like, what was that one? Beast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Stuff
What
like
about
that. I think they're going to...
I don't remember that one.
Uncharted?
Yeah.
I think they're going to say a little something about Uncharted, like, this is what we're preparing for here.
It still
know,
exists
trailer.
even though everyone quit.
Yeah.
2 people, 3
Like, I think... that's what I think they're doing. They
4 or
said,
5, I
it's been
feel.
Yeah, I forgot how many people quit.
5. Yeah,
It's a bunch.
they were the leaders, the ruling council.
Everyone that they announced would be working on the game is gone.
Yeah, they're like, this person's working on the game. Oh, shit.
They're just like, I don't want to deal with that.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
We got some questions. Brand, you want to hit those up?
Yes. First, we got two from Mr. Chris Scott. The first is, what do you think Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo will show as their ace in the hole? I don't know. Have we answered that question with our predictions?
My ace in the
Smash
hole is
Brothers for
Morpheus.
Nintendo.
Yeah, mine is no Connect at all.
My ace in the hole is the beta for Halo 5, which is sad if that is a beta for Halo 5. God, that'd be a
That
terrible
makes
ace.
the most sense out of everything that we've
But
said, though.
that's not like, to me.
I know.
The whole is the trump card.
I think E3 is gonna kind of suck this year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. Mr. Scott also had
Smash Brothers.
yeah, whatever. Another question, which is, do you think that EA will show multiple Star Wars games at their conference? I don't know if they'll even show one.
No, they will show Battlefront. I think
No,
Battlefront.
they said that
Battlefront. You have a good. You make a good point there, Justin.
Battlefront is probably
They'll
the
show at least
closest.
one.
Yeah. Battlefront is the closest one. We don't know what Amy Hennig's working on, right? That one's so far in the ether.
They could do a Battlefront like trailer from last year for her game. Just be like, it exists.
I think they're gonna make a Star Wars. I think they're gonna make a pod racing game based on Episode 1 for the N64.
I have that game.
We're gonna do another one.
Within reach of me right now.
Yeah, it's wonderful. All right, well, this has been an E3 prediction show with 1990s movie culture in it, Australian culture in it. We learned a lot about Siri, a little bit about ourselves. So we're going to go around, around the room one more time, and then Brent can continue to drink and stuff, even though it's the morning where he is, and tell you where you can find us on the internet. Mr. Brent Turner, where can people find you sober and drunk on the internet?
You can find me at Brent C. Turner on Twitter, on the Twitters. Tweet some tweets. I won't clog up your feed with unnecessary shit. Unless you want me to. I'll do that for you. I can help you out.
I'll clog your feed. What's up, you boy?
Oh, fuck. Your feed's some good boy.
He's the pusher, man.
Jeez Louise.
Yep.
Go
on Twitter.
Okay.
That is good. Brent, you find yourself a webcam, and then you and I will figure out a show, and then
yes.
Yeah, we'll release it to the world. Mr. Connor Property, Zach, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at ConnorPoz, ConnorPoz. And then I'm also working on another podcast called Off the Record, which you can find at offtherecord.fm or on iTunes.
It's a voyeur podcast.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. That is exactly what it is. We're currently featured on iTunes in the voyeur category. We're number 1 in the new and noteworthy on music, and we want to try and get into the front page, so go do the iTunes stuff on there.
Review. I think the big thing is reviews.
Reviews, yeah. We've been moving up from the plays, but the reviews are what matter.
Yeah, they're the bread and butter. Mr. Justin Doss, when you're not alternating your time between trying to get better Netflix for Canada and working at Naughty Dog, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Jushin, Jushin. I still do stuff for Got Games Find 90, which is a podcast radio show in Canada. So you can find us on Facebook and on the Twitters. And I also do some stuff for Ridiculous Rants, although I don't think I've written anything for them in a while, so I should check if I'm still employed there.
Don't read their shit yet.
Yeah.
Don't give them a goddamn click until you have Justin Doss's vote of approval. Actually, check it out. It's wonderful stuff. A lot of great people right there. I have been your host this episode. No, I happen to be working. Well, kind of. Yeah, right. This is where I currently work from, but maybe that will change soon. I'm living next to a construction site, so there's a whole bunch of bleeps and bloops. So I've been your host, Brent Ramblin' with Ranj. You can find me on Twitter at BRanj, that is BRANJ. You can find my writing at readretro.com, brentranj.com, eventually ridiculousrants.com, and maybe elsewhere soon I'll have stuff to announce.
Yay! Thanks for listening, everybody.
Hopefully next week. Yes, this has been episode number 34 of the Minor League Geeks podcast. You can find this podcast on Twitter at MLGeeks. You can send comments, questions, and concerns to minorleaguegeeks@gmail.com. You can listen to our sister show, Lipstick Nerds, which is the female members of the Minor League Geeks podcast. Unfortunately, none of them on tonight. They do their own show on Mondays, and it's a wonderful show. And you can find. Okay, so the show is on iTunes, Lipstick Nerds, and you can also follow them on Twitter at Lipstick Nerds. Yeah. Thank you again for listening.
Review the show.
Review all of the shows on all of the iTunes and the Zunes and the marketplaces.
Go on
and
iTunes,
Amazon.
review every show you find.
Especially this
all
one.
Good.
Exactly. Tell all your friends.
We would review you.
It's true. We would review you, by the way. Nintendo's ace in the hole for E3.
Yeah.
They just take members of the audience, they review them based on, I don't know, appearance. That would be rude. So thank you for listening. This has been episode number 34 of the Minor League Geeks podcast. We'll see you again next week. Until then, stay classy.